Hello guys and welcome back. Welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies. And you know what? In today's video, at the time I'm recording this video, there's really nothing new coming out for Star Wars. And I got to thinking about it and I really just want to talk about it. I really just want to talk about my entire feelings towards Star Wars, my entire history with Star Wars, and pretty much my entire opinion with Star Wars. Okay, so when I got into Star Wars, I got in it at the very end. I got to see episode 3, and I wanted to see more, of course, but there was no more. There was the expanded universe, but the expanded universe just wasn't for me. There was too much of it. It had a weird what was canon, what was not list, and I'm one of those junkies that's like, if it isn't made or accepted by the creator, then it's not original. And for me back then, and I'm still pretty much like that today, if it isn't George Lucas made or George Lucas approved, it isn't real Star Wars to me. And I have gone back and I've actually read some of the expanded universe stuff, like the Thrawn trilogy. That was fantastic, actually. I really liked the Old Republic too, the Old Republic video games. Now, I never played the Old Republic, but I've seen the story play, and the story of the Old Republic is really interesting, and I hope that Disney actually creates more. But if I'm being honest with you, after that, what was there left for me, I got into Star Wars at the end of Star Wars, potentially at the moment. Well, the Clone Wars came out. My first thoughts of seeing the Clone Wars. Wow. I loved the film. I didn't think it was fantastic story writing, but I really liked Ahsoka. I didn't think that she was going to become this great grand character now that she is, but I thought it was going to be interesting because we would learn how Jedi teachings go, and I've always wanted to see this with Anakin Skywalker, but I really didn't get anything. I wanted to see, how does a Padawan become a Jedi Master? I wanted to see how the Jedi taught, and I got to see this through through Ahsoka's eyes, and I just love Ahsoka Tano because of that. Now, Ahsoka Tano, fantastic character. I loved her in the Clone Wars, but of course the Clone Wars wasn't just about her. The Clone Wars really fleshed out these characters. It really fleshed out Obi-Wan, and it really fleshed out Anakin Skywalker, and I just loved that about these characters. That's why I really, really loved about the Clone Wars, how it just fleshed out so many characters. And then you talk about the faceless clone troopers. They were just bad guys in suits in episode 2. I had no interest in the clones. And then the Clone Wars came out, and it actually made the clones characters. These guys weren't just nameless droids. These guys actually had character. Wow. I just loved it. And something that I actually also love about Star Wars, the Clone Wars, and this is kind of an interesting topic, censorship. So, when you censor violence, okay, Star Wars isn't known for its language, really, but Star Wars is still Star Wars. It has wars in the name, and wars aren't friendly. That there's battles, there's gruesome legs being chopped off, shot in the arm, and all of that gruesomeness to it. And Star Wars: The Clone Wars never took away from that. Now, they censored it very, very well. We had no blood, it was only somebody got shot in the leg and they fell down. Nothing really happened there. But you would see other clone troopers react to that, and you would, as a child, understand what war was. I never understood what war was until I saw Star Wars: The Clone Wars. And there's so many lessons you can take away from Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I don't want to make this whole video about Star Wars: The Clone Wars, but I really, really just love Star Wars: The Clone Wars. The way they did the censorship, the way they didn't treat people or kids like they were idiots. What they really did is they showed you how violent the Clone Wars is, how violent war is, in a way that children wouldn't be afraid from it and would understand it. But my god, when Darth Maul actually kills Satine, oh my god, that was like one of the scariest moments for me when I was a kid. And remember, I was a kid through all of this. And that's what's funny about the Clone Wars. As I aged, you think, okay, I'm getting too old for Star Wars. I'm getting too old for the Clone Wars. Let me walk away from this. But then I would see the trailer for the next episode, and I'm like, okay, I'm there. Star Wars would always pull me in. And that's what is great about the show. It aged with you. So you never felt like a kid watching Star Wars: Clone Wars. What you felt like was you felt like you were just listening to a fantastic story. It never treated you like you were an idiot kid that couldn't understand anything. Star Wars: The Clone Wars truly captured what war was about and fleshed out these characters. And then you get to Darth Maul. So remember, I hated Darth Maul. I did not like Darth Maul at all. And then they actually took that character and ran with it. And he's like the best part of the Clone Wars. He's so villainous and evil, and yet you feel for him. He has a brother, and I mean, even the character of Ventress. I never cared about Ventress. I liked General Grievous, but I never thought he was an amazing character, and really they didn't do much with them in the Clone Wars either, but I always liked the idea of General Grievous being that Saturday cartoon, which, that's interesting. I actually used to watch the Clone Wars every night at Friday, on Friday. It would be Friday night at dinner time. I would take my dinner to my room and watch my favorite show while eating dinner. That was my Friday night growing up. And that lasted all the way through middle school and into high school. And I didn't have a lot of friends as a kid. I had acquaintances, I knew a lot of people, but there was no one that I could really talk to about Star Wars until I was much older. Yeah, so I never thought that she was going to become this amazing, fantastic character. I enjoyed her in the first movie. She kind of felt like a little sister to Anakin. Kind of reminded me of my own little sister. My own little annoying sister at the time. I thought she was annoying, but I didn't think she was like this heinous creature on Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Like everyone, actually, it really surprises me that a lot of people did not like Ahsoka Tano in the beginning. I mean, sure, she was annoying, but I kind of, even back then, looked at okay, we're going to see this character grow, and through her, we are probably going to see how a Jedi becomes a Jedi Knight. And I wanted to see that. That's all I wanted from her. Did I want her to become the most popular, amazing female character on Earth? No, and it surprised me to this day that they turned her into that. And I'm very happy that they turned her into that. Ahsoka Tano is one of my favorite characters, and I love what they did with Darth Maul. I mean, you took my most hated character ever and made him something great on the Clone Wars, which is fantastic. And then Obi-Wan having... So I never thought about Obi-Wan having a relationship. I always thought, okay, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's what a Jedi's supposed to be. Surely he's not going to have some type of relationship backstory. But after I watched that, it just makes more sense that he would have something like that, and that he would be the Jedi in that moment and decide, you know what? Even though I do love this person, I am a Jedi Knight, and I'm going to stay with the Jedi Order. Now, of course, he does say that if she said the word, he would have left the Jedi Order and have gone with her, and I think that is great, but I love the fact that even with these feelings, it doesn't cloud his judgment, and it just makes more of a tragic sense with Anakin Skywalker, and Anakin sees this, Anakin knows this about his master, and it's funny, all he has to do is ask and learn and watch Obi-Wan, and it's because of his own stupidity that he doesn't do it, and I think that's great. Now, you could also go, okay, if this all happened to Obi-Wan, why didn't Obi-Wan say something to Anakin? And the fact is, he did. Obi-Wan tried. He did try. He just didn't want it all to fall flat for him. And unfortunately, because he didn't do something before, it all fell flat for Anakin Skywalker, in my opinion. But I love the Clone Wars. And then you get into the clones, man. They took these nameless, drone-like clones and gave them character. Rex, Fives, Jesse, man. That was really hard to see. Jesse become the stormtrooper and try to shoot. Oh my god. Yeah, it's still actually really hard to watch them do that. And you know that's what happened. So it's just so sad because they're being controlled by Palpatine and Order 66 and these chips in their brains. It all just makes more sense. It makes it more believable. You understand these clones. You fall in love with these characters, not clones. You fall in love with these characters, these men, and then you watch them be used in the worst way possible. And the death of Jesse with the symbol on his helmet, the death of the Republic, along with that, was, in the words of George Lucas, poetic. Poetic. I love the Clone Wars. Now, those are my thoughts on the Clone Wars. Those are my thoughts on, also, of course, when they brought the Clone Wars back. But what are my thoughts on Disney Star Wars in general? In my next video, we shall be talking about my thoughts on Disney Star Wars in general.